we've got so many goals that it's hard to distill them, but I'm going to try to. I'd say there's a category of cultural goals that we have, and those go to this idea that we want to be the place where the new music gets created. So what do we need to do to be that place? We need more common areas for students to be together so they get to know each other better. We need more venues where they can play music, practice music, perform to live audiences, to test their ideas out on other people. They need to be in touch with clinicians who inspire them, people out in the world who are doing interesting things. They need a diversity of, like a diet, you know, we want people to sample all the food groups of musical styles, so they don't come here as an R&B musician and leave having never thought about doing anything else. Maybe that's the path they should be on, but maybe, lo and behold, it turns out they want to be a composer. So, you know, I think with that big goal in mind, what do you do to imagine the kind of school where you know, the collaborations can happen, where new ideas happen and new music gets created. So then from that vision, we have all sorts of practical things we're doing. We're buying and building some new facilities that include more ensemble spaces, more dormitory spaces, more common area for students to practice in, dormitories that have easy, convenient practice and instrument storage right adjacent to them. A brand new music technology facility that will be, you know, frankly, I think we are state of the art, but that's largely because not many other people are focused on it. We want to be the place that has the best tools for a young aspiring music technologist, because that is a huge point of differentiation between us and most conservatories. And I believe that even though technology is a tool, tools affect function. I mean, you can usually tell a songwriter who composes on the piano versus one who composes on a guitar. But there are new composers who are using laptops and they're using music software, and that will, you know, without a doubt affect the kind of music that gets created. And again, we want to be at the leading edge of that, and that requires some investments in technology and facilities to help that happen. The number one thing I'm focused on is raising money so we can offer scholarships to people who come from low-income backgrounds, both domestically in the United States but all over the world, so that we can get the finest young musicians to come to Berklee, whether their families have money or not. So we have raised a bunch of money, and we have dramatically augmented the amount of scholarships we offer. The other thing we're doing, that I hope we'll be doing even more of 5 years from now, is we have a program that tries to fill this gap that's been created in our public school system. It's called City Music, in which we go out to middle schools and high schools and recruit aspiring musicians, and we give them a lesson, put them in an ensemble, and teach them music theory. And we do that during the school year, and then if they're motivated and do well, we bring them to our summer program as a high school student at no cost to the family. And if they do well at that, we give them a full scholarship to the college. So we now have 22 students here on full scholarships who came through this program. And when they get here, on average, they place out of a lot of the introductory classwork because they've already had exposure to it. They're actually more apt to graduate from Berklee than the typical student, so they're very well prepared to be here. And so we're providing not only the financial access to students from low-income backgrounds, but also the tools to be prepared to succeed when you get here. Because if you've never studied music, if you've never had any exposure to reading music, then the first year or two of Berklee can be a long haul. But if you've gotten that as a middle school and a high school student, then it's demystified. So I'd say those three things: the kind of facilities and community to support innovation, a scholarship program to make the place accessible to whoever should and needs to be here, and then outreach to young people who might not be exposed to music or might not develop the skills that would allow them to succeed here.